Good day, everyone. I'm Theo,
I'm cleansed.
and welcome to Intelligence Mod. We're on day 22 of RPG a Day, and today's prompt is rare. By the way, for all the social media people, follow us, ring the bell, click all the things, watch our movies, watch our videos,
Our movies.
our movies, whatever.
Oh, I was about to drink something when I can. It's empty.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, I want to drink that's empty too. Damn. But today's prompt is rare, and we're talking about rare RPGs that are not part of the mainstream. Pretty much
Get
things that you normally don't see in like your game stores,
your
unless they
Barnes and
have like
Noble.
your Barnes and like Barnes and Noble. You see your like your basic, your mainstream games like Pathfinder, Starfinder, D&D, things
Yeah,
like that. No, we're
maybe like
talking game.
maybe like an RPG that would be a rare find in like your like in like a Barnes and Noble or like your standard game store. Some game stores carry weird stuff, but like your kind of everyday average game store. We had a tough time trying to think of what the heck to talk about.
Yeah,
So this is kind of my thought was I'm going to kind of go in a direction of like RPGs you might not have heard of kind of thing.
that was pretty
Um,
much that was my idea when I thought of it because I'm like my dad plays a lot of weird games, so I have a running list of things, primarily just two.
so there's oh one of them that you might not have heard of, which would be oh
My dad's
gosh,
right next to me.
I'm totally blanking on it. Totally blanking on the name of it. Ah, Eclipse Phase. Totally blanked. It's I had to type transhumanism because it's what the whole game is kind of about. So Eclipse Phase, it's by Posthuman Studios. They just recently did a Kickstarter a while ago. Second edition has just come out. I've played it. Basically, it's after the world ended. You might ask, what way did it end in this future version sci-fi game? Well, robots gain sentience. That's how we all died this time. So we've all been
That's
spread
how it.
out.
That's how it
Somehow
always seems to happen.
either that or we destroy the planet by like global warming. There's like there's like three main ones, but this is just basically think Shadowrun but in space. You're doing like odd jobs and stuff, uh investigations, wet work, all that stuff, but you're in space. It's more on the hard science fiction side, so transportation's more based on actually how light speed would work. So at least that's how the old edition was. I don't know exactly about the new one, but that's an interesting one. And I guess we could just like bounce back and forth a couple times, Ted, if you wanted to talk about.
Yeah, Pendragon. That's a game my dad plays where you're literally playing in the time of Arthur.
Ooh, I
Yeah,
had it. It's actually
the
a list
entire
on
game.
here. So King
That,
Arthur
that, that-
Pendragon.
yep.
I was gonna try and find who publishes it. You can go ahead and keep talking about it.
So like I never played it. My dad loves it. My dad's been playing it for years, like years. Like I think my Godfather's. No, that's Traveler. That's the other game I'm gonna bring up. But been playing Pendragon for years and everything like that. You've got the multiple different Lord of the Rings games out there, like One Ring. Well, okay, used to be One Ring, the company that had that license, it got sold off. Um, Legend of the Five Rings. Traveler is definitely. I don't know if your caps is like I'm just here.
I don't think Traveler. Yeah, I don't think I've actually ever seen a Traveler book in any store.
Game Matrix has them all.
Oh, they
They're just
do.
very just nondescript because it's black background, two blue lines, Traveler, and then done.
So
Like that's what it is.
since you shot off a couple, I thought you were going to talk about one for a minute while I thought of my next one, but that's okay. That's fine. I'll go next. Mutants and Masterminds. I'm looking at my own collection. I've actually even talked about it once before in a video. If you want
That
to
we
go
have.
look for
That
that,
we have.
it is a superhero-based game. You can basically, from this bottom up, design your own superhero, powers and all, if your storyteller will allow it. Um, and you basically you do superhero stories. is more or less what it is. It's kind of an odd system. You kind of go from like full health, you kind of go from like perfectly healthy to like wounded to like incapacitated to dead. It's like just levels. There's no like health. It's all based in like armor, I think. I've never played the game. It's one of those, I bought him because I thought someone else was going to run the game for us. Then he never did. And now he's dead to me. Well, he's dead to me for other reasons, but not this. It's a cool looking game. I actually spent a lot of time designing a character that he worked. His whole thing was being able to control and manipulate sound waves, either by using them as like a form of an attack, which is not new to superhero stuff. But the other thing is could take sound waves, augment them, and make things sound like other things. So like a police siren could sound like a ice cream truck kind of thing.
So you built a magpie.
No, I didn't make the noises. It's what everyone would hear. Like the basically more like ventriloquism kind of thing.
Yeah, that's what magpies do. They
No,
copy all the different
magpies
noise.
copy sounds and they chat it out. I literally would make a cop car sound like an ice cream truck.
Oh, okay.
No, I wouldn't do, but yeah.
A super magpie.
Yeah. The other thing is to do like,
first thing to come out is you.
No, any of the other stuff that he could do, I needed some form of sound to do it, so I couldn't just in silent. That's how you would. That was my weakness, was if there was no sound, I couldn't do anything. So somehow made me silent, or the area around us. It was kind of an interesting, but we never played.
Venom would have hated you. So with Traveler, old edition Traveler, you could die in character creation multiple times, multiple ways,
right.
and sometimes that would happen multiple times. And it got pretty dumb. New Traveler, they got rid of that, thank God. Pretty good. My dad has been playing that game since first edition with the same group since he moved to Nebraska. Like, my godfather's in this game. Like, that's how old this game is. Like, I went and visited one time and got to see my godfather, who I hadn't seen in like years. Because he'd also moved to Nebraska, and it was just pretty cool. And they play Traveler. They've been playing for so long. They've remade characters because it's like family members taking over the positions. Things like that. So yeah, no. Then you have like Warhammer Fantasy, or the role-playing game, which was like very rare. Now we're in 4th edition, done by Cubicle 7. Pretty fun, pretty nice. Got some friends who are playing it. I've been debating picking this stuff up. But as the kind of weird thing is like Star Trek the RPG. Think, okay, Star Wars, there's a couple of games that are like, hey, they're in-game stores, might not be played, might not things. I know with Star Trek, there's a couple of games, there's a couple of groups actually flying around Clint and I in different stores, which is kind of cool. I actually kind of like it. It looks pretty fun. But yeah, the RPGs is just like, what looks interesting and weird, you'll find something.
I have one more. Because you rattled off like 7. I'll get one more in. So here's one other game that you probably will never. It'd be really weird if you saw it because it's such a niche game. It's a game called Paranoia.
Oh God.
Paranoia.
Oh, God.
Paranoia is, all I can imagine it is, it's a dystopian future sci-fi, but bred with 1984, that Big Brother is always watching, except if you cross Big Brother, you're just killed, and then a new clone of you shows up. So this is this is a weird game. It's very heavy on the rules, which is okay for the players, because technically it is against the rules for your players to know the rules of Paranoia.
And if you know the rules, and you let slip that you know the rules, you will be killed.
Yes. You do whatever the computer tells you to do. Oh, weird. It was even published in 1984 for the first time. It is a weird game. I've played a LARP of it once, and I played the RPG tabletop version, an older edition once. There's a new of it out, but it's just a weird game if you want to get all your friends to get together and play just an absolute bonkers thing. This isn't a game I don't think you could really do for a campaign. This would be like you play it once or twice, and then the next time you play it, you're different people. That's a fun one too, but that's the only other thing I could think that was like, ooh, yeah, no, people will not know about this.
I did completely forget about Paranoia.
Yeah,
and by the way, everyone, everyone who's now watching this, if you're at the lowest level, you're gonna die because you're gonna know about the fact that there are other levels above you and they can do other things and that there are rules and that the computer is the computer and not just life. So if everyone watching wanted to play Paranoia, you're welcome.
Yep.
Now you have to try and show that you do not know
Yep.
what the hell we're talking about.
You start at red level. Don't tell anyone you know anything about ultraviolet.
Don't.
Yep.
Don't. Yep. And you're welcome on that. And those things, on that note, we're gonna say goodbye now, and we'll see you all tomorrow.
See you all tomorrow.